Andrew here, Sterilizer Autoclave Solutions, 704-966-1650, option 3 for free technical support. Or you can find us at the web at statimusa.com. Go to the resources tab. There you can find your Midmark M11/M9 operator's manual and service manual. So when you go there, you will find the operator manual that will show you how to do the monthly maintenance after you do it a couple times. It'd be like riding a bike. So I'm going to just refer to the manual here. Let's start with every 28 days, the sterilizer will automatically display perform monthly maintenance message. If the power is disconnected, the cycle of monthly messages will reset. So if you get on day 26 and you pull the plug, then it'll wait another 28 days to tell you the monthly maintenance message again. So just leave the unit plugged in. So, all right, so we're going to talk about cleaning the chamber first. And basically we're going to talk about the gaskets as well, and then we'll go into the speed clean cycle. So your gaskets, they say replace them yearly, but it's significantly more often than that, so I would always have a backup. But when you're doing your monthly maintenance, obviously this damn gasket's pretty durable, it's pretty tough. You don't have to replace those as much as the gaskets themselves, but number one, just to keep an eye on this thing, to keep an eye on, when you pull this thing out, at the bottom, it always happens that this gasket itself will swell up the bottom portion of the door gasket itself. So when you put it back in, make sure you put it back in where you took it out from. So the bottom stays the bottom. So take it out here, put it here. We're gonna look at the door ring. We're gonna make sure that the door ring is in good shape, nothing stuck to it, it's not bent. You know, just kind of the obvious stuff. And then also the door gasket. Again, if you have to label it, this is the bottom. You're gonna wanna, you'll see it. This one doesn't have it yet because it's brand new, but basically the gasket will warp a hole or warp this part. It'll make it fatter right in these areas. And then if you put it in upside down and you put the damn gasket at the bottom, you know, you might get leaks and intermittent cycle failure, stuff like that. So let's make sure that the damn gasket goes exactly where it's supposed to. So you're gonna look inside the gasket, the whole wedge. You're gonna make sure you don't see any needle tips, any buildup, any paper, anything in there. That's part of it there. And then also you're gonna look inside this inner well here and make sure there's no buildup inside of this inner well. Once you've done that, you can clean it if you like, an abrasive pad and some speed clean, but it'll just stain. It's not the end of the world if you don't clean it. Also, make sure your spring is in place. That should be, you should have one spring on there for an M9 and two on there for an M11. This is an M9, so we only have one. They should be at a 45-degree angle. They shouldn't be broken. So, okay, let me put this back. Put the ring back in the gasket. Put it back into place here. Let's just do this. We'll put the gasket in first. This is where the ring gets bent, so be careful. Stick it in here. Push on it a little. If you bend it and warp it, it kind of could cause the gasket itself to leak. So make sure you're nice and gentle with it. If you're having problems with it, just pull it out. You can use it without, you can use a gasket without it, but then they'll tend to shrink more. Put this in. There's two holes on the back of this damn gasket. They line up with the two studs here. As you can see, I got a little piece of foam here. I want to get that out. That ends up in a filter or a valve, and you're getting errors that way. This thing fits inside of the other gasket. Let's go, baby. Okay. Okay, take that out, inspect it, put it back in. We're good to go there. Okay, so you do the gasket, then you take your trays out. It's kind of like the weekly maintenance. You're gonna make sure there's no buildup on the trays, no loose needle tips, no melted paper, no melted plastic, nothing like that. You're gonna pull out your tray rack. You're gonna look here, the same also. Look the same here, nothing melted, stuck to it. Clean it if you have to with abrasive pad, speed clean. Okay, then you're gonna inspect the bottom of the chamber, make sure there's nothing stuck in there, no loose needle tips, paper, anything that may end up at the bottom of this chamber. You're going to look at both your filters. Filter here, going to clean it with Speed Clean and a toothbrush, and then rinse it with distilled water. There's also a filter in the back here, same place, same in the middle to the left. You're going to do the same with that one. Hit it with a toothbrush, some Speed Clean, and rinse it with distilled water. Then the temp probe is in the back center as well. You're going to go to that as well with a abrasive pad, and some Speed Clean and some distilled water. Wipe that thing dry. Then what you're going to do is you're going to get a bottle of Speed Clean. You can get that on the website. There's directions on the back. Drain and fill the reservoir with distilled water or demineralized water. Add 1 ounce of Speed Clean to a cool chamber. So you got to do the Speed Clean cycle when the chamber's cold. Probably do it first thing in the morning on a Friday, or wait till the end of the day after you haven't ran any cycles. Make sure it's nice and cold. After cleaning the drain and refill the reservoir with distilled or demineralized water, run 1 unwrapped cycle or 1 cycle at 270. Okay, so basically from a cold start, you're going to shut the door and you're going to run an unwrapped cycle. As you're running the unwrapped cycle, we're going to test the pressure relief valve. So you're running your unwrapped Speed Clean cycle. All this is in the manual. Already looked at the gaskets. Now we're going to test the pressure relief valve. The pressure relief valve is right here in the back here. When the unit gets up to 20 PSI, that's when you're going to pull this and let it go. You're going to pull it up. It's going to gas and steam down here in the bottom right-hand corner, and then it should spring back. That's going to tell you that this thing is working properly. Then you're going to let the unit run, let it vent off, put all the Speed Clean into the reservoir. You're going to let it cool down. Then you're going to open the door, and you're going to drain all the water out that has the Speed Clean in it. Then you're going to add fresh water. I'd add about a half a gallon, or not a half gallon, about up to the red line, and then I drain that. We're rinsing the reservoir at that point, and then we're adding fresh, new distilled water. So basically that is it for the monthly maintenance. The filters are the key. The Speed Clean is key. Draining the water weekly is the major key out of everything, because these things reuse the same water over and over and over. So draining the water weekly will save you from having to do a lot of cleaning. Replacing your gaskets often will save you from a lot of cleaning, because if you don't replace your gasket, then this thing tends to leak. Then the machine is running hot. It's running low on water. It's still sterilizing, but it's running hot, and then it starts to burn packs and stuff like that. So gaskets are important, and draining the water is important. So great. If you like this video, please share it. Subscribe to our channel for more videos, and stay tuned for more Midmark troubleshooting videos. Thank you.